All right, everyone. So just wanted to throw out a quick preamp swap or module swap, rather, of this Brubaker Black Series. Easy for me to say, right? Um, Bass. So right now I got the active module in here. Amp is on. But I just want to demonstrate because I did acquire also a passive module from Kevin, John, and the guys over at Brubaker. Um, so as you can hear, that's with the active module. And again, just to go over this again, you've probably seen this before: volume, balance, treble, bass, stack. Treble on top, bass on the bottom, and mids. All right, so we got that. Let me flip off the amp for a second, and literally, now it is held in with. In addition to there being a strong, I think it's a neodymium magnet in here to help hold in the module, there are, you can see the brass inserts. There are 3 machine head screws that go in there. The magnets just aren't quite enough. It helps sucks it in to make the contacts. You can see here, they're in the housing, and then there's spring-loaded mini pins in here on the circuit board, and each pin is spring-loaded, so it pushes up. But the magnets suck it down, so to keep everything in good contact, in addition to the machine screws. And here we have a passive module, and this one is, in particular, I got the specs from John over at Brubaker, and this one is wired with a Born brand 500K pots and a 0.047 orange cap capacitor. So this guy, that's how this one is wired up. And Born pots, no offense to CTS lovers, but they're kind of like arguably the best pots being put out there right now, manufactured by just the process. They last longer, and the way they're built, they they're just more linear, for lack of a better term, right now, and just hold up better and maintain the same amount of, I guess, ohms, current, whatever you want to call it, throughout the entire rotation of the pot. So when you turn it, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Again, the way John explained it to me, it's just a better pot, a better design than traditional. Any event, so this guy goes in. If I can get in there, and you can hear the magnet just sucked it down in there. And now she's plugged up, so I'm gonna fire up the head and give a quick little. You can hear, as opposed to the Aggie preamp, the passive setup is a little more open sounding. So you got your basic same. It's VVT. So volume. Oh, it was only on the bridge pickup, but so it's just neck volume, bridge volume, and of course you got tone back here. My phone keeps sliding, so that's what the so that's with the bridge all the way up, neck down, both, and then we're gonna go to all neck. And then of course you got your tone guy. So, it's a little more. Well, I didn't put the Aggie in passive mode. The Aguilar module does have a passive mode thing, but it's you can hear got a little more on bite on the top. That's everything open. If I bring the tone roughly halfway down at 50%. So. gives you an idea of some tonal varieties you can get. And it won't hurt anything if you do this hot. The guys there at Brubaker were telling me so. Just pulled it out right now. Get a little bit of hum because it's not grounded because the circuit's not really complete the way it should be. And I'm going back to the active. A little bit of a pop, but nothing too severe. And now we're back. I think that's a little more scooped out, maybe with the Aguilar. But and then the Aggie does have a pull up volume pot for passive time. So gives you an idea of some options here. You know, you can go fully passive, traditional volume tone. Do the Aguilar, or they can slap in a Bartolini module, or you know, you can virtually get any kind of any preamp in here that's reasonably sized. You know, as long as it will fit within this casing, and most these days will. So that's just gives you a quick demo on the module. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws in this guy just so it's 100% locked down. You don't want to leave it unscrewed at a gig. Of course, when I'm sitting here in my living room, that's one thing, but not at a gig. You wouldn't want to run it this way. But cool stuff. And oh, by the pickups, they are Brubaker brand, hush hush on the down low. They are made by Howard Ulady, so props to Howard, but they're made to Brubaker specs. So they're wound to those specifications, and they just sound phenomenal. Super open, super balanced across all the strings and the notes. You know, the D and G carry additional weight than the standard P because of the reverse P setup. And you got your D and G pickup more towards the neck, and your E and A pickup back towards the bridge. It just kind of balances things out, even when you add in the jazz. So I like that setup. That's what I had spec'd this bass out when Kevin, myself, and John, and the whole crew over at Brubaker, Eric, Mark, sorry if I'm missing anybody, Ben, but when we were speccing this thing out and kind of coming up with this concept and design, along with the carbon fiber, Ray Ross, they were already using these bridges. You know, that was one of the things we talked about, doing the reverse P with a J. And just this thing really came together nicely, and now it's officially a product line for Brubaker. So you guys can order this too. It's not just, you know, Fred's bass. You know, you can have one exactly like it, and they're surprisingly affordable. You know, if you're talking, you know, right, not too far off the money of a high-end production Fender, and these are U.S. made. This is not an import. This is made right in Kevin's Maryland shop. Fortunately for me, minutes from my house, less than a half an hour away, so I'm there frequently. In any case, thank you everyone. Have a great weekend.